Understanding Website Genres and Their Evolution, Part 5. Narrated by Lydia Ngami. Here is an overview of this lesson. Welcome to our lecture on website genres. In the world of human-computer interaction, a genre is a family of sites that share a common purpose, such as delivering news, selling products, or providing entertainment. Within each genre, designers adopt a set of visual and structural conventions, what we call expression and form, that make the site instantly recognizable to users. For example, a news site typically displays dense text and a grid of columns, while an entertainment site relies heavily on bright images and animations. Understanding these conventions is essential because they shape how quickly a visitor can locate information and how comfortable they feel navigating the site. Throughout this video we will explore the major genres, their subgenres, and how they evolve over time. Let us begin with the news genre, perhaps the oldest online genre. The core content consists of up-to-the-minute stories covering everything from politics to sports, often accompanied by multimedia elements like photos or video clips. Designers favor a highly textual expression, using black text on a white background for maximum legibility, and they tend to employ conservative color palettes, think grays, blues, then whites, to convey seriousness. The form of a news homepage typically places the lead story in the center of the top of the page, surrounded by a grid of regular columns that house secondary stories, archives, then links to other sections. Because news sites publish new material constantly, they usually have long pages that require scrolling, and they may contain dozens of pages of archives. Classic examples include the BBC and the New York Times, both of which illustrate these conventions clearly. Next we examine the commercial genre, which encompasses any site whose primary goal is to sell products or services. The content is dominated by detailed product descriptions, pricing tables, and transaction pages where users can complete purchases. In addition, commercial sites provide customer service information and often display advertisements for related items. Visually, these sites rely on iconic images of the products, bright brand colors, then ample white space that draws the eye to the call-to-action buttons. The form is usually concise, the most important goods appear in the center of the homepage, and the overall page length is kept short to encourage quick decision-making. Brands such as BMW and travel agencies like Expedia illustrate how the commercial genre can range from a sleek, minimalist layout to a richer, more image-heavy presentation. The information genre is dedicated to delivering knowledge, whether through tutorials, how-to articles, or statistical reports. Its content is heavily textual, often organized into long, scrollable pages that contain many internal links to related topics. Because the primary goal is to convey facts efficiently, designers keep the color scheme simple, black text on a white background, to maximize readability. White space is limited, allowing more information to fit on a single screen, though modern responsive designs may introduce subtle margins for comfort. Sites such as W3 Schools for Web Development and Bell College for Educational Resources exemplify how the information genre can scale from modest blogs to extensive institutional portals. Entertainment sites aim to captivate visitors with rich multimedia experiences. Their content often includes high-resolution videos, audio tracks, vibrant graphics, and sometimes interactive games. The visual expression is bold, bright colors, striking icons, and animated elements dominate the layout, while textual content is kept to a minimum to avoid distracting from the media. Because the goal is to deliver an immediate sensory impact, pages are generally short, with limited scrolling, and they rely on large hero sections that showcase the latest video or music release. Examples such as the Twinnies for Children's Entertainment and Kylie's Fun site illustrate how the entertainment genre leverages visual excitement to retain user attention. When the web first emerged, designers often mimicked the physical world. A newspaper site, for instance, placed the lead story in the top left corner, mirroring the print layout. However, as screen sizes grew and users became accustomed to scrolling, attention patterns changed. Research showed that visitors naturally gravitate toward the center top of a web page, prompting news sites to relocate the headline and hero image to that prime spot. This shift illustrates a broader principle: as sites mature, they abandon purely analog conventions and adopt features that exploit the unique affordances of the digital medium, such as fixed navigation bars, responsive grids, and dynamic content loading. Genre mixing happens when a site incorporates design cues from a different genre, for example, a news portal adding bright, animated banners typical of entertainment sites. This practice can be beneficial when the user's cultural context or environment calls for a hybrid approach, or when designers simply admire a particular aesthetic. However, research by Bodra warns that mixing genres can backfire when the primary goal is rapid information retrieval or task completion. The added visual noise may distract users and increase the time needed to locate essential content. Therefore, designers must weigh the potential delight of a mixed genre against the risk of compromising efficiency. Each major genre branches into several subgenres that tailor the overall purpose to a more specific audience. Within the news genre, we find broadcast TV sites like the BBC, traditional newspaper portals such as the New York Times, and magazine sites that blend long-form articles with visual storytelling. The commercial genre splits into product sites like BMW, shopping aggregators such as Expedia, and service-oriented portals offering bookings or support. Information sites range from technical tutorials on W3 schools to academic portals like Bell College. Finally, entertainment includes children's programming like the Tweenies and fan-centric celebrity pages like Kylie's official site. Recognizing these subgenres helps designers adopt the right mix of content, expression, and form for their target users. Regardless of genre, certain universal design principles apply. Consistent navigation, whether a top bar, side menu, or breadcrumb trail, allows users to understand where they are and how to move forward. Contrast, such as black text on a white background, is especially crucial for news and information sites where dense text dominates. Responsive layouts adapt to smartphones, tablets, and desktops, ensuring that the same content remains usable across devices. Finally, establishing a clear visual hierarchy, through size, color, and placement, helps direct the user's eye to the most important element, whether that is a breaking news headline, a Products Buy Now button, or a video preview on an entertainment page. To cement our understanding, let us examine two well-known websites. First, consider the BBC News homepage. Its genre is news, subgenre broadcast TV. The content includes breaking international stories, sports updates, and video clips. The expression is highly textual with conservative colors, and the form places the lead story center top, using a grid of columns for secondary items. Second, look at the BMW UK site. This belongs to the commercial genre, subgenre product. Its homepage showcases featured car models with large iconic images, bright brand colors, and generous white space. The form is concise, highlighting a few flagship models in the center and providing clear navigation to configuration tools and dealer locators. By dissecting these examples, we see how each site's genre informs its design decisions. Now it is your turn to apply what you have learned. Choose two websites, perhaps a favorite news outlet and an online store you use regularly. Identify the genre and subgenre for each, then catalog the core content, the visual expression, and the structural form you observe. Finally, consider whether the sites blend elements from other genres and evaluate whether that mixing enhances or hinders the user experience. This hands-on analysis will deepen your appreciation of genre conventions and prepare you for designing user-centered web interfaces. In summary, website genres act as a common vocabulary that aligns designer intentions with user expectations. By dissecting each genre into its content, expression, and form, we gain a roadmap for creating intuitive, efficient, and aesthetically pleasing interfaces. While genres evolve, shifting layouts to suit screen constraints, and occasionally mix to meet cultural or innovative goals, designers must always keep the primary user tasks in focus. Mastery of these concepts equips you to craft word experiences that feel familiar yet fresh, ensuring visitors can find what they need quickly and enjoyably.